Imagine being any company that's trying to compete with Tesla and seeing the world's best-selling vehicle just become another 4% more affordable. If I was a Tesla competitor, I would be freaking out right now. The Model Y just got $2,000 cheaper in the US, and traders are likely going to see downside in the short term for the stock, so they are going to sell. But Elon Musk just posted this directly promoting the Model Y, and it got 35 million views already. And the gas savings are very real. That's why so many Uber drivers use Tesla. Tesla also cut the price of the Model X by $2,000, and this is the least expensive that the long-range Model X has ever been in Tesla's history. And on top of that, it qualifies for the $7,500 tax credit. Model S prices have also been lower by $2,000 in the US. I would expect the same in Canada and perhaps in some other countries as well, as Tesla is undergoing this restructuring. Because is Tesla actually really dropping the price here, or is it just updating the price? By that I mean Tesla offered inventory discounts for a long time, and not everyone who wants to buy a Tesla is going to go to the inventory first and check, oh, I could actually get this car for this cheaper price. No. Many people just go to the Tesla configurator, see the price, oh, too expensive, nah, not interested, and they don't see the actual price that you can pay if you get an inventory vehicle. Now, of course, Tesla could start offering inventory discounts again as well, but so far we haven't seen them. Here's the full history of Tesla's pricing since 2023. I also wouldn't be surprised to see more big moves like this from Tesla in the next maybe 30 days, because we know that Tesla is going through a restructuring, so keep that in mind. But I think removing inventory discounts and lowering the configurator prices, while it's not great for the stock in the short term, effectively it actually, I think, lowers Tesla's costs, because you add more complexity when you do inventory discounts. You have to have a few more people just looking at inventory discounts, deciding, okay, we need to increase our inventory discount. Oh no, we need to reduce it. It's just a bit more work. I'm not saying Tesla is going to save much money, but a tiny little bit. Yeah. Among the bulls, James is basically a bear, and even he agrees that there is not going to be much of an impact on average selling price, but he does point out that this also opens the possibility of more inventory cuts later in the quarter. On top of these cuts, we are going backwards again, he thinks. James also replied to this comment, the uncertainty and messiness of Tesla's pricing is going to keep buyers from taking the plunge. In the space of a couple weeks, we have seen prices increase, inventory discounts removed, price decreases, end of referral program, etc., on top of all the negative news in general. To which James replied with, true price stability is key. However, I would like to point out that with Tesla, when there is bad news, it's always overhyped eventually, and then the stock goes down too much, and then it bounces back because something happens, and then things just suddenly change, and then there's the opposite. The stock goes too much, too high, too quickly. All I'm trying to say is keep your head cool and think. Here and there, Elon Musk, of course, will make some mistakes, but if you look at his track record, in the end, he always comes out of the crisis swinging and winning. Here's what I mean, things just get too negative. Look at how stupid this headline is. The Cybertruck's failure is now complete. Now, you would think this is a headline from a year ago, and 2 years ago, maybe you could write this headline and some people would actually have believed it. But no, this was written just now. And they're talking about the accelerator pedal, but that's not, I think, the main point of the article. There are people, however, that don't really follow Tesla closely, but they are invested, and they might see this and they might start thinking, oh, maybe I should get out of Tesla. But because we follow Tesla closely, we know that there's tremendous demand for the Cybertruck, because we see these auctions and Cybertruck gets sold for about double the MSRP. That just does not happen with vehicles that have no demand. Anyway, overseas, Tesla is not really cutting the price, but it is offering much lower interest rates. For example, in Germany, Tesla is offering 2% interest rates, down from 6.5% previously. We got so much pretty important news. Unfortunately, very heavy Tesla obligations require that the visit to India be delayed, but I do very much look forward to visiting later this year. Yeah, I did present the question of how is Elon going to be focused during the earnings call if he is all the way there in India. I mean, you can still pull it off, but this earnings call is going to be important. And Elon is a bit of a superhuman being, but I mean, there's jet lag and all of these other things. Looking at the last few earnings calls, many don't have high expectations for Elon's behavior on the earnings call, but look at what James is saying. Elon's fear of losing his compensation package means we should expect to see maximum Tesla interest/engagement on X and possibly his best ever performance on the conference call next week. And Troy to that says it was a good idea to have the annual shareholder meeting on June 13th because we won't have the Q2 delivery results until July 2nd. In Q1 2024, we had 387,000 deliveries almost, which is much less than the 423,000-ish deliveries in Q1 of last year. Similarly, Q2 will have fewer deliveries than the 466,000 in last year's Q2. This means we will have negative year-over-year growth for 2 consecutive quarters. But if FSD keeps making such fast progress, will it matter? Maybe yes. But it's a valid question. Tesla will be ending its referral program in the US on April 30th. Omar hopes that Tesla quarterly numbers are absolutely horrible and that they post a net loss. I have cash and I am ready. I want to own Tesla AI. James thinks it's not going to happen. Yeah, I think it's unlikely that Tesla is going to lose money. Extremely unlikely. James thinks there are some good points here. Gene Munster is bracing for shares of Tesla to go lower after the report because consensus deliveries for 24, 25, and 26 are likely too high. My long-term positive view is unchanged. Is there someone who would do a better job than Elon Musk leading Tesla? Most people, 81% of them said no, there isn't anyone who's better. The poll had 6,000 votes and about 10% of the people had no opinion. So the actual number in this specific poll of people voting no is going to be higher if you exclude these people. Stephen Mark Ryan did a quick summary. Reasons for Tesla shareholders to oppose Musk's fairly earned compensation for doing the near impossible and creating massive value in the last 5 years. Number 1, lost money betting on Tesla options and have not recovered emotionally or financially. Don't use leverage ever, please. And if you do, if you lose money, please don't blame anyone. Number 2, deeply envious of Elon. And number 3, communist. Did I miss anything?